two different, this ties into what we're talking about today, two different minor scales. Start on A for me. For guitar players, here's A. For ukulele players, you can have the second fret on the 4th string. Right here, if you have a low G string. But ready for this? I'm going to build this minor scale very slowly for you. 1, 2, flat 3. Don't worry about the letter names for now. The A, B, C, but just think 1, 2, whole step above the 1 to the flat 3. So we have this if you were to kind of create a little riff. First 3 notes of the minor scale. Now it's going to be 4, 5. Okay, just like we're going 4, 5. So I'm hoping that these intervals, you know, you're learning where these intervals are on your instrument, respectively. 1, 2, flat 3, 4, 5, flat 6. And I went to the 5. I like that. It's kind of a nice color, darker. We're just one note away, then you have an A minor scale, also known as the natural minor. And then next week we're going to discuss modes. That's called the Aeolian mode. It's just a mode of the major scale, meaning a different name based off your Ionian or major scale. I know I haven't talked about that too much yet, so we'll talk about that next week. But what's importantly now, you just call it your A minor scale, natural minor. Ready? Flat 7, 8. And that flat 7, where is that flat 7, you ask? Here's your 8, here's your flat 7. It's a whole step below your 8. That to me is the best way to find it. Just go a whole step below your octave. Again, I turn everything into a riff. That was a pentatonic scale, but we have the 1, your 8, your flat 7. Okay, and then finally the 8. Here is the complete A minor scale, also known as the natural minor, also known as Aeolian mode. And of course I'm giving it an A minor chord. And depending on your technique, you can have a lot of fun. And of course I'd be looping a chord progression. Just improvising. And then when you're ready, you can look at the sheet, of course, for guitar players. You can go up 2 octaves and noodle around all you want, but to create a lot of music, all you need is just 1 octave. Go ahead and noodle around. I'm just going to strum some chords. Isn't that fun? That's the minor scale, the natural minor scale. I want to say this, the natural minor scale, we've been calling that again the relative minor. So hopefully you know this. If we are in the key of A minor, that is equivalent to what major key? What's the relative major? C, okay? Yeah, big C, C major. And here's the trick, the formula. It's always, the minor is always the 6, the relative minor. The relative minor is always the 6th degree. So what I like to show my guitar students, and any instrument for that matter, walk it down. Boom, boom, boom. Just go down to the 6. Instead of climbing up to the 6, just walk down from the 8, the 1, and then go half step to the 7, and then go to the 6. That's a quick way. 3 frets if you're a fretted instrument. 3 frets. Okay. So in this case, here's C, 8th fret, this example. Here's A. And another trick, or C here. So C major, relative A minor. Okay. Another trick I like to just to kind of help you remember this. Major is happy, major is up. Minor, sad, down. So if you're wondering, wait, what was that 3 fret trick? I always forget. Major's up, major. Minor, down 3. Down sounding, okay, down this way. Some people go up that way. That's not down. Down is going this direction on the guitar. So you have C major, A minor. That's your relative minor. Okay, D major, what's your relative minor? Here's D, B minor, good. Okay, A major, what's your relative minor? You're gonna start on A, F sharp minor. I know, do, 3 frets. And sometimes it's important to go the opposite direction. Someone might say, hey, this song's in the key of E minor. You say, oh, E minor, I have to go up 3. That's relative to G major. E minor, G major. So you want to be prepared to quickly be able to choose go either direction. If I say F sharp minor, you say A major. If I say A minor, you say C major. See how confusing this can get? If I say C minor, you're going to say what? E flat major, okay? I know it's tricky. E flat minor, that's relative to G flat major. But once you get this, it's great. And, really, once you get this down for you're probably wondering, well, what do I do with all this? We talked about this early on. Knowing your major scale is crucial. We're jamming. So right now, I want to just take a break and have you just go back to that 1-string C major scale. But I'm going to go back also and play that same chord progression in the key of A minor. And you're playing C major. And it's going to sound beautiful. 2, 3, 4. And just run that C scale. So believe it or not, you are playing A natural minor or Aeolian. But you're saying, I'm just thinking C major. Exactly. That's what makes it so special, is that we can simplify our thinking. And now here, I'm trying to tie this all together for you. Really, this is practical usage now, application. Remember, I was also saying the most common scale, popular scale, is what? The pentatonic scale. So as you learn that pentatonic C major penta, and all the fancy fingerings, that is also relative. Here's C major. C major, I'll do it slow. C major penta. That is the same as, if you recall, A minor pentatonic. Okay, then I was also saying last time, or maybe 2 times ago, you can get bluesy. So right now I would be playing A minor if you forgot what that minor blues scale is, it's the pentatonic scale with the addition of the flat 5. That kind of sinister note. So it's this. And our ears just now love, we hear that all the time. I'm just thinking A minor pentatonic. And that's, really great for application for all styles. And I think I demonstrated this. You could do summertime and the living is easy. Jump in. Jazz, blues, country, whatever, doesn't matter. That to me is essential. Major pentatonic, which is the same as a minor pentatonic, and then add in that little blue note, the flat 5th degree to the minor pentatonic. Work out your fingering, some licks, you're set. You just need to know what key the song is in, essentially, and whether it's in a major key or a minor key. So hopefully, again, this is all starting to click. The application, again, this approach to music theory is much different from how I learned it in sitting there with part writing, is what they call it, and analyzing Bach chorales. I love that. That was highly educational, but it was not practical in any way to popular music. So again, this is more about application to pop rock songs. Let's take this further now. I want to teach you a new scale, and I'm not using the board for anything. I don't know if I even need to right now. I want you to do one thing to create this new scale, the harmonic minor scale. Remember, in a major scale, where those half steps are, the 3 and the 4, and the 7 and 8. That's called the leading tone, that half step, da-da, that pulls you